Harvey, please.
Shut the hell up! Look, I tried to warn you, and all it took was one doctored picture for you to shit the bed!
I didn't mean to.
Shut the hell up!
Lewis Litt has a knack for getting under Harvey Specter's skin with his antics and suits. Their rivalry is legendary, but what did Lewis do this time to anger Harvey? Let's start from the beginning. Mike Ross has snapped up a chunk of Gillis Industries shares. Sidwell Investment Group borrowed money like it's going out of style. Now, he's on a tight deadline to drum up the funds he needs to balance the books, or he risks losing his job. Well, firstly, leveraging means borrowing used money to increase potential return of an investment. Now, enter Harvey and Lewis. Harvey, learning of Mike's position, sees an opportunity. He reveals to Lewis that Mike is probably stretched thin financially, but Harvey has his own hurdles to overcome. He needs Lewis to smooth things over with Judge Ramos, whom Harvey has managed to upset. And Lewis admits he maintains a list of people who aren't fans of Harvey, but his readiness to exploit this list just shows how deep the rivalry goes. Lewis throws in a reference to the Karate Kid, claiming the student, Mike, is about to meet the master himself. He even strikes a pose, but Harvey isn't amused by the movie reference. Lewis strides into court, ready to face off against Mike in what promises to be a climactic battle. As he enters, he spots Mike and greets him not with a hello, but with a pointed comment. Mike tries to lighten the mood, but Lewis is having none of it. He quickly makes it clear he's not there for small talk, but to get a temporary restraining order lifted. Mike has a different plan. He throws Lewis off by bringing up Sheila, Lewis's former fiancée, hinting at some big news. Lewis, confused and still tender from his breakup, bites the bait, asking what Mike is talking about. Mike drops the bombshell. Sheila is engaged and is the talk of Harvard. Lewis, in disbelief, checks the infamous Harvard Facebook page, only to find that it's true. And not just that, but there's a picture of Sheila with her new fiancé looking more content than ever. Mike keeps pushing, mentioning how the new guy seems to be just the type Sheila said she'd never go for. As the court session approaches, the announcement for their case rings out. Mike heads into the courtroom, leaving a flustered Lewis behind. Harvey was absolutely livid. He confronted Lewis with fury that he had ruined the one crucial task he had been assigned. Harvey demanded to know why Lewis had appeared so foolish in front of the judge. It was then that Lewis revealed the emotional bombshell that had thrown him off. Sheila had gotten engaged that very morning. Harvey paused, his anger giving way to a brief moment of sympathy. Lewis confessed that he had been turning down dates, still harboring hopes regarding his and Sheila's future, especially about starting a family. Harvey reassured him, shifting focus back to their main concern, defeating Mike in their legal battle. But Lewis was fixated. He insisted that Mike had used the news about Sheila to psych him out. Harvey questioned whether Mike had merely passed on the news or used it strategically. Lewis felt it didn't matter. The damage was done. However, Harvey had doubts. He challenged Lewis to show him the proof of Sheila's engagement. Lewis led Harvey to his computer, where he'd been obsessing over a photo for hours, but Harvey, with a keen eye, recognized the deception immediately. It was a photoshopped image of actor Lorenzo Lamas from 1998. Confused, Lewis asked who Lorenzo Lamas was. Harvey explained, clarifying that the man in the photo was definitely not Sheila's new partner. Relief washed over Lewis, but Harvey wasn't about to let him off the hook so easily. Harvey pointed out how simple it had been for Mike to disrupt Lewis's focus with just one fake photo. Harvey is frustrated as he states how Lewis, who had boasted about being the master against the student, had been completely thrown off by a mere image. Harvey simply told Lewis to stop talking, a clear signal that he expected better and that such gullibility couldn't be afforded again. Mike, with high hopes of securing funding for Gillis Industries, found himself in the office of Tony Giannopoulos, a prominent investor. He began to explain that he now owned a significant 7% of Gillis Industries and believed it was primed for a major turnaround. However, Tony cut him off mid-sentence, making it clear he wasn't interested in what Mike had to offer. outside in the lobby, a chance encounter with Lewis added another layer to Mike's bad day. Lewis thanked Mike for some advice he had once given, recalling a time when they were still friends. Mike tried to understand what Lewis was getting at. Lewis revealed his role in the day's events. He had informed Giannopoulos that Mike was the reason his number 2 had left to form his own company. Although Mike defended his actions, claiming it was a mutual agreement, Lewis pointed out that Giannopoulos hadn't known it was actually his own lawyer who had come up with the idea. And now he did, thanks to Lewis. Lewis further explained that in the world of investment banking, sometimes revenge was a more powerful motivator than money. Feeling the sting of Lewis's betrayal, Mike attempted an apology, bringing up the sensitive issue of Sheila to draw a parallel with Lewis's recent actions. However, Lewis warned Mike never to mention her name again. Mike's attempts to mend fences fell on deaf ears as Lewis expressed his lingering hurt over Mike using Sheila to extend a temporary restraining order, knowing full well how much Lewis cared for her. He vowed never to forget this betrayal. As Lewis walked away, he left Mike with a final biting remark, doubting Mike's chances of overcoming Harvey without the necessary financial backing. Donna approached Harvey with what she considered to be great news. She excitedly revealed that Lewis had successfully blocked Mike from securing funding from Giannopoulos, effectively stopping him in his tracks. Harvey's response was simply good, which seemed underwhelming to Donna given the significance of the victory. She urged Harvey to acknowledge Lewis's good work directly. Donna continued her plea, reminding Harvey of a more personal bond between him and Lewis. She highlighted that when Lewis had proposed to Sheila and planned his wedding, he had chosen Harvey to be his best man, a role Harvey had accepted. Lewis was taken aback to find Mike waiting for him. Mike admitted that he hadn't expressed himself properly before and was there to offer a genuine apology. However, Lewis was skeptical, questioning whether a simple apology could really make amends for Mike's past actions. Mike acknowledged that saying sorry might not undo the damage, but he expressed a hope that they could move beyond their past conflicts and possibly rekindle their friendship. Lewis suggested that Mike's attempt to reconnect was only because Lewis had disrupted Mike's financial backing, essentially taking away his sugar daddy. Mike insisted he was approaching from a position of strength and not desperation. Lewis challenged Mike, asking where he got the money since it seemed unlikely he had many allies left. Mike revealed that he had found someone with a grudge against Harvey. Lewis was taken aback, realizing that Mike hadn't just come to apologize, but also to flaunt his newfound advantage. He accused Mike of planning to use this revelation to manipulate their dynamic, ensuring that Lewis would owe him a favor. Mike admitted he hadn't planned on revealing how he came up with this plan, nor did he intend to tell Harvey about it. His reason for keeping it quiet was simple. He wanted to show that he wasn't as ruthless as Lewis thought. Harvey approached Lewis wanting a private word. He started off by acknowledging Lewis's efforts with Giannopoulos, expressing genuine appreciation despite knowing the ultimate outcome wasn't in their favor. Lewis admitted that while he appreciated Harvey's words, it felt hollow since Mike had sought funding elsewhere. Harvey, already aware that Mike had turned to Forstmann, reassured Lewis that his efforts were still commendable. However, Lewis revealed to Harvey that the move to Forstmann was sparked by something he had said. Lewis had given Mike the idea by gloating about how people hold grudges, which led Mike to connect the dots to Harvey's history with Forstmann. Harvey wanted to stop being angry with Lewis, but Lewis's actions kept reigniting his frustration. Lewis defended himself, insisting this wasn't a case of being duped as usual, but rather him acting on his emotions, which led to an unintended tip-off to Mike. Harvey pointed out that Lewis's tendency to let his emotions control his actions had once again backfired, declaring he was done dealing with the consequences. Lewis expressed his feelings of injustice, his own vulnerability versus Harvey's, feeling disliked while Harvey was admired. So, what do you think? Is it a clever move or a risky play that could backfire? Share your thoughts in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the strategic plays of Suits, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights just like this.